ready to get underway as Kovacevic does kick. And the ball bounces and is picked up by Bournes. Actually, it's bobbled and now picked up by Bournes inside the 10-yard line. And San Diego State, Jeff Webb, the wide receiver, is the primary weapon, and right to the air. And the pass is intended and caught by Jeff Webb. Can be expected to go the air much of the night. That's the only offense the Aztecs have mustered all season, as O'Connell has his pass
big tonight.
And we'll check that defensive backfield in just a moment as we go to 2nd and 8 for O'Connell. Again to the air. O'Connell avoiding pressure the first time, but not the second. And Utah brings him into his own 25-yard line. Weddle fields cleanly at the 30. And out to near an empty backfield set. You'll see that much of the night as Smith wants to go to the air. And now decides he can pick up a few on the 2nd down. Madsen is in motion, and the keeper again by Alex Smith by design. This next showing blitz. Now here they come off the edge, and Smith will roll to the right. Smith heading for the marker has the San Diego State. Latondras now joins the backfield. The fake to Marty Johnson. And again, the keeper by Alex Seaver set. Latondras in motion, and Smith to the air again. Passes incomplete. Looks to the air, has Paris Warren across the middle.
How to do all these things, and plus he's got to go to school and practice. So it is very difficult, but certainly if anyone can do it, I think Alex Smith, not a huge play.
To the air on 2nd and 5 is Alex Smith, and throws complete for a first down and more to John Madsen. Utah runs the option. The pitch is to Paris Warren, who doesn't have much minutes earlier. Smith again to the air. Smith again complete. 9-yard line for Utah. And Alex Smith this time. Smith. Warren now joins that backfield. They'll run the shovel pass inside, and Paris Warren. Carroll will try and add the point after he does. And a kick will bounce to Connerly, who takes it at the 9-yard line. Across the 20, and that's something. Utah got started early on the top of the screen. The ball stays on the ground, and the flag goes down.
Every good quarterback knows, and every person playing football knows that it starts with the offensive line, and if you don't have anything
to go to the air tonight, and they also believe that Utah's secondary can be tested. But it's Franklin again getting the carry.
Fumble.
10. Pass intended and caught by Jeff Webb. That's Pitts in motion. And Bournes gets the carry. Bournes is into the secondary and has plenty of room. Bournes inside the Utah again as the single back. He gets the deep toss. And this time he's
179 yards himself.
Russell stop Connell under center and goes to the air. Knocked, and Bournes is flanked to the left. Stays in for protection for O'Connell, who throws for the end zone intended for Webb. Palmer's kick is blocked by Utah, and there's room to run. Now the Utes have a hard time finding the handle.
After the interception play was over, personal foul, number 93 Utah, first down.
Downs. And tonight they blocked the first field goal attempt as Smith off play action will go to the air. Has Latondras running free in
2 weeks.
Quinton Ganther, the fake to him, and the keeper by Alex Smith, who Smith gained 7 on the play. This time the give is to Ganther, who has an opening, and a Utah San Diego State. Smith pitches to Warren, and Warren
10-man defenses. When you do that, it opens up a lot of things downfield for the Utes.
Aztecs blitz on a completed pass. Marty Johnson on the option.
Personal foul, number 95. Play hit, personal foul, number 47.
He goes to the air and throws for support. It was Matt McCoy that got to him on the last play, and Ganther is brought in motion. Here comes the pressure again from McCoy, but Smith rolls around it. Now looks to the end zone and just throws them. Unable to go, and Carroll put the ball off. They kick and is fielded by Connerly, and O'Connell from the shotgun throws complete to the 40 and more. Across midfield is 24 yards on the play, and the Aztecs will keep. Bournes again Bourne steps out of a couple of tackles, and Bourne, the Utah 36-yard line. Bourne's again. And Bourne, Blue Shield of Utah, for your health. And the score is 10-0 Utah, but San Diego State throws to...
It's called zero coverage. You play zero coverage, and sometimes you're going to get...
Webb actually turns all the way around, Mike, as you point out, the throw to the wrong side. But that... And Scally will field 1 yard deep in the end zone and bring it back. Morgan Scally, who ran one back from 100 yards last week, gets out. Smith looks to the air. Smith has a man, John Madsen. Madsen across the 40, across the 35, and to the 20-yard line.
The face mask.
So the length on that, the 11-yard line with a 1st and 10. Smith again to the air. Now he's got to run and throws for the corner of the end zone, and touchdown Utah to Perry.
One, he's able to read defenses. Two, he's able to get out. And then, Steve, this is a bullet to the outside right here. He puts it, I mean, that's just absolutely a perfect throw on the outside. A good job by Warren keeping his feet in. That's why this guy is going to be playing on Sundays.
And Utah now kicks off and fielded at the 8-yard line by Kyle Connerly. Connerly tries to get the outside, gets a block, and Connerly is brought down. I believe you.
All right.
So Kevin O'Connell tries to get things done now for San Diego State, and they'll go to the well once. Horns brings up 2nd and 7 into the air once again. San Diego State, they want it deep, and $1 million buys a lot of player, and Andre will have a lot of pressure on him. As, speaking of pressure, O'Connell rolls to his left out of pressure, tries to get the
10 yards or more, so very difficult when you're not doing good on 1st and 2nd down. Look out.
Throws, ball is tipped. Brings up 2nd and 10. And again, O'Connell looks to the air, and he goes long, incomplete to Webb.
Derek Weddle right to the top. He gets a late start getting to the outside. The ball's up there. Again, it's not a perfect throw. He could have thrown it farther downfield. Fletcher thinks he...
Why? Horns up the middle.
Have been doing a nice job of stepping up and blocking, and they've been able to have time to throw the ball down the field.
Horns runs again, and Horns has...
likes to blitz right here, Steve, in this situation.
O'Connell throws, and split backs now for the Aztecs, and Bourne gets the carry and stumbles almost 3 yards. Little ball fake, and a keeper by the quarterback looking for a block, has a block, and Aztecs to within 3. Back to field the kick at the 3-yard line, and Ganther cuts to the outside. Quinton Ganther across the 25 and out to the 30. Defense of San Diego State, and Utah's defense. Pitch to Paris Warren around the right side, and Warren picks up on 2nd and 2. Smith from the shotgun fakes to Marty Johnson and is flushed out of the pocket again. Now he throws the football away. Across the middle, complete for a first.
You know, teams can step up and play at any time.
Smith to the outside, intended for 2nd and 10 now for Utah. That's Savoy in motion, and Savoy gets the pitch, and Allen. Here comes the blitz. Smith calls his own number and has a 1st down, and again take her at Qualcomm Stadium. Smith again wants to throw, throws into coverage, complete, and a receiver. John Clark, the tight end, in motion. Give to Marty Johnson. Johnson is right
here. That's an adjustment the receiver's going to have to make.
And Alex Smith goes right into the teeth of that defensive line. And Johnson will set to the left of Smith. Here comes the blitz again. And Smith will throw complete to Savoy inside. Smith wants to go to the air again and has a man wide open. Savoy for a touch. Hold. And we are back to action again, as the ball will go out of bounds on the kickoff. Devin Pitts is the motion man for the Aztecs on 1st down. And O'Connell wants to go to the air, now has to tuck the football.
Not going to play this underneath game.
O'Connell throws, hit as he throws, but Webb was open for top of your screen. Fletcher is in coverage with him. And again, O'Connell wants to throw under pressure and has to throw the comeback route to Webb. And is driven back inside the 10-yard line. Weddle feels it, and now probably regrets it. Conventional. You guys. Boy, I think a couple of guys might buy those pictures. Look at the hair on those guys as Ganther, the ball was faked to Ganther.
The option game, when you throw the football, you can see him kind of wincing a little bit right here. good rush. That's a great hit by McCoy on the out. And then here rushing, going to get down a little bit. And then right here running up, get David Dirkmatt took the best shot up.
No gain on the play. On 2nd and 10, Ganther the fake to him. Smith the keeper again. Smith steps up. Now he'll keep it himself. Again, making himself a target. He gets down.
Smith is that type of player.
1st and 10 from the 21. This time he gives to Marty Johnson, who goes right
enough. He's smarter than he is. His ego's a problem. So
Madsen on the screen to the out. Madsen on the screen to the outside. The ball popped loose. And no whistle. And the kick is up, and Scally will bring it out. Morgan Scally with a seam. Scally stumbles forward. 28-yard line. Marty Johnson, the ball carrier. Stacked up. And now here comes the snap as Smith steps into a pass. The receiver fell down.
Going to shove him right here. Right there, just shoves him right in the back. They're coming with the blitz again, Steve.
Inside pass to Paris Warren. He's got a lot of room. Warren cutting behind his blockers. All on 1st and 10 from the 32. Pass by Paris Warren. Looks to pass. Now he's going to run it. Everything was like Smith calling signals. Play clock down to 3, but Smith gets it off and now looks to throw. He's got a man in the middle and complete to Paris Warren.
Who Utah just demolished. I mean, that's college football, and that's why it's so tough. Another fumble.
It's Ganther, the running back, as the snap is low. Smith throws and dropped by Savoy.
Right here.
Here it comes from the edge. Smith has to run, and Smith throws short. In 10
of his career, Steve.
Well, they had 2 coming in to tonight, and they've had 2 tonight. That's it.
He said it's just very difficult to keep the guys focused for 11 or 12 games.
O'Connell gives ground and gets out of a tackle, and now tries to get back to the original
job of coverage down the field.
This looks like a Utah offense. 5 wide receivers. O'Connell calls his own number.
We are right now.
It's your time, Marshall. Enjoy the rest of the night.
All righty.
On 3rd and 9 as O'Connell throws and has to throw it over the
Magneto, because he doesn't need that hood down there. I think he's just trying to hide a little bit.
Block punt again to Utah special teams, and it's all white jerseys on the football as Utah recovers at the.
He just slowed down. There wasn't anybody around him, but I'll tell you what, that's a great job. First of all, the block right there, but second of all, Tim Harris get that
blitz to Smith, and Smith throws a touchdown
by Alex.
And the PA kick by Kovacevic, and I'm sure he was told just keep it in the field of play. He does that.
Ball, personal foul, number 33 of the receiver.
Figured out how to stop this offense yet.
Horns, the ball carrier, wrapped up by Spencer Toon.
Worried about all year is keeping Alex healthy.
Scally fields at the 8-yard line. Scally out past the 30, still on his feet. Morgan Scally popped out of bounds for protection. So does Paris Warren. Well, so much for that theory as they run the option right off the bat and pitch to Paris Warren. And again, the option this time, the shovel pass inside.
Here, Steve, double blitz.
Smith gets rid of the football to Paris Warren, who spins out of a tackle. Warren inside the 15. Warren bumped out of. Here comes the blitz again. Utah will run the option. Marty Johnson.
If you're a fan, they've got to stop him here from getting a touchdown.
Marty Johnson puts his head down, moves. Attempt. It's off. And San Diego State will now see if they can match Utah's touchdown. Out to the 20-yard. Devin Pitts in motion. And O'Connell with a flag flying will go to the air. And O'Connell chased.
Too deep.
And 5 from their own 25-yard line. On the ground.
Nice year so far for Steve Fafita.
The fake to Bournes on play action. O'Connell flushed out of the pocket. He's got some moves, and O'Connell in the open field is down. And the shovel pass taking a page out of Utah's playbook. And O'Connell had the motion man. Bournes the ball carrier. Wrapped up. Vote. O'Connell under pressure avoids the tackle, throws, and has the 52 and a single touchdown. Wants to get more now, runs, directs some traffic, throws over the top, and picked up by Utah.
The tight end is going to move. If he throws his ball to the outside, he has an opportunity for a big play. What happens is he keeps it in on the numbers, and there's
Marty Johnson in the secondary. And Johnson again. Johnson again, the ball carrier with a spin on first down, a double spin.
And receivers were, but you know, that's again what they do is they just steal things. And
here comes the delay blitz. Alex Smith will be short on that first down. Punt, and it is partially blocked. Utah's punt partially blocked. It rolls across midfield. Utah fortunate field is a single setback on first down. And the fake to Bournes. Throw off. Talking to Jason Voss as we go back to action. San Diego State with a. All right, second down, or third down and 2 rather, for as the Aztecs go to the air again. O'Connell getting some heat.
Boy, they don't have to be, you know, multi-talented, but they just can feel it.
Now here's a guy who has the ability to get away and wow.
From the free safety position does an outstanding job of coming up and making big hits.
Well, they're going to give him a shot again. He's wrapped. Utah comes with a blitz. And a little bubble screen. And a pass complete to Webb. As Palmer tries to angle this ball or get it to check up. Warren lets it go over his head, and it does check up for San Diego State. And now Paris Warren joins in the backfield, and they'll run that option attack again. And Smith struggling out of a tackle. Inside pass to Paris Warren. And Warren. Smith wants to throw. Has pressure and is not early. Kovacevic in the end zone, and here comes the pressure. And Kovacevic gets a low punt that takes a Utah bounce. Connerly says back away from it, and it rolls inside the 40-yard line.
Fast as they can and then smack them in the teeth. I mean, I just don't understand the formation personally.
O'Connell running with the football. Has a couple of blocks and a first down. Morgan's.
But what happens is he knocks him down, hits him pretty hard, and he stays on his feet. It's kind of like.
It's a first down, though, for San Diego State at the 49-yard line. And Bournes rumbles through the middle.
And I think that's what they're looking at right now.
The 6-yard carry by Bournes gives him 101 as the ball is tipped. And it. Pass across the middle is complete to Ortiz.
Little inside route gets inside Nagahi, and then nice play.
Yes, you chew up some yardage, but you also chew up more clock. Here comes the blitz. O'Connell got away from the first unit, but Kinder. He's got Bournes back there. The fake to Bournes on play action. And O'Connell steps out of tackle. Now he's got some room. Hackenbrook tries to meet him, and fourth down. Across the middle, the pass is complete, but is it enough for a first down? Yard line. Kevin O'Connell, the freshman quarterback at the helm, throws for the end zone. Overthrow. A few shots tonight. As O'Connell goes right to the air again and wants Webb. He's got him in the end zone. The one-handed catch. Touchdown.
It's just man-to-man coverage, and Fletcher has to stay behind him. Super catch and effort by Webb right there. But again, if you're going to blitz, this is the opportunity that the offense has. And that
PAT is good. Short kick. That's going to be fielded by Burdett. The up back is also the tight.
Encroachment kicking team. Hold on number 51.
Scally will field at the 4-yard line. Morgan Scally. Pass complete to Paris Warren to the. That's Madsen in motion. Alex Smith tucks the ball, keeps it up the middle, has a at the 47-yard line. Alex Smith throws, got a man. Paris Warren can't make it. And the box is loaded up. San Diego State, and there's the little pitch. Paris Warren. Warren with a straight arm and gets.
Holding number 75.
Alex Smith under pressure. Alex Smith throws to the sideline, really just threw it away.
That's a
dead ball, late hit on an defenseless.
Motion man. Here comes the blitz. Smith stands in and is hit as he threw. Touchdown, Steve Savoy.
Boy, watch what he does right here, Steve. He runs and he just acts like it's not there. It's not there. It's not there. Whoops! Touchdown. That's just outstanding. Receivers get those big eyes. Bam!
And that's a nice clean. Puts foot to ball, squibbed down the middle, and picked up across the 35-yard scrimmage now for the San Diego State Aztecs. And again, the page out of Utah's playbook. You don't think the San Diego State now hurrying the offense just a little bit. Intended for Jeff Witt.
They've made some bad mistakes and some dumb mistakes, both offensively and defensively on the field.
And a pass is 1st and 10 for the Aztecs. Pass off. Here comes the Utah blitz. Thrown across the middle. Ortiz, 3rd and 10 for the Aztecs. Utah drops back in coverage. O'Connell throws. Pass is caught. Pass thrown for Webb.
Draw right here, Steve.
Quinton Ganther, the ball carrier. And Ganther up the middle continues to move the edge going into tonight's game. It will now be 2-2. And the series was tied coming into tonight's game. It won't be after this one. Smith wants to throw. He's got some time now. He tucks it and he gets down.
Gathering here, Pam, I understand. And well, I was out there for a little bit of it, but I mean, like, did you tell me over 300 people were out there and having? Oh, we got a big play here.
Birdie's redshirt year and the 5 snaps of the ball, and that was a tough time. But Alex persevered.
It was actually positive. Well, thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of the game, guys.
Harris Warren on the pitch from Alex Smith. He throws. Intended.
You're going to have to settle for some field goals.
Middle by Kovacevic and scooped up by Kyle Connerly, and Connerly crosses.
Evident that they're going to have an opportunity to play in a BCS Bowl, and that's a great opportunity. But the national championship is something that obviously everybody.
Urban's wife loves the community.
Well, I think it's a great place. I think the people that live in Utah think.
Looks to be a certainty, barring any cataclysm for Utah, as the ball is kept by O'Connell. After
what's going on in the country, a North Carolina team beats Miami tonight. Granted, it was at home, but what?
Well, I think we'll watch the play, and as he throws, intended for Ortiz. Schools don't have openings, so my guess is Urban Meyer stays. He said he's going to be the coach at the university.
He takes those off, he feels good.
O'Connell trying to get the 3rd down conversion. He's got a man over here. That's Swain.
Said when Urban takes off his headset, Alex Smith is out of the game.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I trust you, Mike. I trust you. I just want to make sure. And Ortiz looks to have a 1st down. This year, without those, I think this is a very, very good football team. They were considered to be a contender for a Mountain West Conference championship, as Ortiz
didn't short arm it there, made a nice catch and a good run.
O'Connell's pass knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
When they've had the big plays, and here they come again.
Here comes another Utah blitz. Across the middle.
Pass interference, number 22 of the defense.
O'Connell has a man down the middle. Throws it, is picked off by Utah. Intercepted by Eric Weddle, who returned. He's still 17. And he gives to Marty Johnson. Marty Johnson goes getting at Utah quarterback. Again, the give to Marty Johnson. And again, stacked up, nothing there. Johnson looks to throw. Throws and has a receiver complete to Derek Richards. It's about that, as we heard earlier. Joe Johnson is the give. Here comes the blitz. And Brian Johnson calls his own number. Brian Johnson. Inside pass to Joe Johnson. Smith. And here comes the blitz. Brian Johnson tries to evade it, and he's not successful. O'Connell. As the clock continues to roll. O'Connell had a man off. Just a freshman. This is a young team with a lot of promise. And O'Connell with a pump fake. Now wants to go deep. Throws for the sideline and in and out of the head. Tagovailoa fields it at the 34 and has a chance for a return.
Ooh. Still running.
He's still on his feet. And Fano Tagovailoa is the quarterback for Utah. He pitches inside to Joe Johnson, and Johnson cuts to the outside. Joe Johnson trying to get to the end zone. He gets to the right as his running back.
He's going to hand it off to Joe.
Now Fano will keep it, and he'll run to the outside.